YouTubing them in, and then we are going to share the link in the class for those who would rather come in. You know, the best place to be in, right, is in here, not on YouTube. Ne? So you guys have got the best seats in the class. So there you go. It's gone live to YouTube. Let me just get the YouTube link. YouTubing them in, and then we are going to share the link in the class for those who would rather come in. You know, the best place to be in, right, is in here, not in. Okay, I've muted my YouTube. Now let's just invite everybody in. Okay, Faith, you are struggling with sound. Let's see what we can do for you. Okay, Faith, what you need to do on your device, on the bottom left, there's going to be a sign, there's a sign of a microphone. Click on that, and then it will ask you if you want to join with your device audio or with internet audio or something like that. Click on that, and then you will be okay. Tell us if you don't come right, okay? That was Faith. Let me just tell everyone else. Let me just invite the rest of the class who can come on YouTube.
Hi, Maggie.
Hello. Let me check who's that.
It's Spencer.
Hi, Spencer. Welcome. Abu Spencer, can we see the video? I mean, can you put your video on and say hi to everyone? We've all done it. It's not just you.
Okay. I'm on the table though, having dinner. So hi.
Hello. Enjoy your dinner, but focus. I hope the dinner won't distract you because it's too good.
No, I don't. I promise you don't.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Welcome, Abu Spencer. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's see who's on YouTube. Those on YouTube, welcome to you as well. I know that I just tuned you in now, but welcome. There's one watching now. If you're on YouTube, please can you just put your name in the comments so that we can see who you are, because as is, I can't see who you are. Just put the comments on there, and then we can also welcome you. It's going to be interactive, so you can also participate. I'll be checking on YouTube as well. Sometimes I forget, but I'll try not to forget. As I said, the best place to be is in here. All right, so let's not waste time. Today is a special one. Firstly, because I've put together some slides for you. We got started on Monday, right? And I said the structure of this training is to give you bite sizes of information every single day for 7 days. And then at the end of the 7th day, it will all come together for you. And the idea is to give you the absolute basics of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency on its own is a big subject. It's a technical subject. It may be daunting to some people, but I try to simplify it because a lot of people really do want to get involved, but they are skeptical. They don't understand what's going on. So I'm just opening up a platform for people to get a basic understanding. And then you can follow me afterwards. On Wednesdays, I do further training. No, it's not training on Wednesdays. It's just a discussion that I have with my business partners where we just continue teaching people about cryptocurrencies. The main reason we are doing this is because we do realize, and you can also mute the mic as well. Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone so that we don't hear it when people want to vala imnyango. All right, so I'm just going to mute everyone. And then if you want to unmute yourself, please, by all means, do that. If you want to ask a question, you can stop me by unmuting yourself and asking the question. If you're too shy to come up and ask the question, put it in the chat on Facebook. If you are too shy to, on Facebook, you can't ask me, you can't unmute yourself. So you can just put it in the comments. Welcome, Sally, I can see you. Welcome. Oh, Anna, Annie, you got out of Zoom and now you are on on YouTube. Welcome as well. So if you've got anything to say, please also put it on in the comments in Facebook. I mean, I keep saying Facebook and YouTube, right? Okay, so the idea is really to give you the kickstart and the starting off in the crypto space. So I've put together some slides for you just to solidify this, and let's get started with that. Okay, there's something making a noise here. Let me just quickly silence that. Okay, someone is saying they can't get through. Sorry, let me just quickly do that, and then I'm not going to be talking to anybody anymore who is struggling, because now we have to move on. All right, so I am going to share my slide. We're all good, right? We're all good to start. Renelwe, welcome. Oh, Annie is on both sides. All right. All right, let's go. I'm gonna share my slides. Right. Okay. So, just to take us through our journey that we did, starting with the basics of cryptocurrencies, and we are going to summarize everything that we did. And this summary is summarized in this one slide. We started on Monday talking about the story of money. And I always start this training there purely because that's where cryptocurrency starts. And when people don't understand that, then they struggle with the concept of cryptocurrency, and they see it as people always say that you're going to make money with cryptocurrency. Yes, we do make cryptocurrency, but people don't understand that it is money itself. So that's why we start with the story of money. We spoke about where money started with a barter system where people used to exchange. Remember, the main function of money is a medium of exchange, allows us to exchange value, for you to give something to get. Okay, so the barter system was exactly that. People had to be in close proximity to allow that exchange between the two people. For example, we'll have Tete Golbert there, who is a farmer, and we'll have Abud Sydney, who's also a farmer, right? And Tete Golbert has got cows, and then Abud Sydney has got maize. So we spoke about this, right? What would happen? And Tete Golbert at some point says, hey, you know what? I am just so sick of this maize. Can I have some meat, please? You know, got maize, Tete Golbert maize, Sydney meat, cow. Okay, I must remember that. Okay, so now the Golbert says, you know what? I'm sick and tired of the maize. I need some beef. At the same time, Sydney is saying, I am sick of beef. Can I have some maize? There is a coincidence of wants. So Tete Golbert wants something at the same time when Sydney wants something. And that's something that Sydney has, but Sydney wants. He has got. And the thing that Tete Golbert wants, Sydney has. So what happens is that Tete Golbert says, Sid, you know what? I am sick and tired of this meat. And then Sydney says, oh, beef. And then there's two talk. They discuss it. They have an agreement. Nobody intervenes in this thing. It is just two people who are agreeing on a transaction. And then they exchange value. They decide what the value is. The Golbert can say to Sydney, I'm going to give you 50 kgs of maize. And Sydney says, no, my cow is worth much more than that. I want 500 kgs of maize. And then eventually they'll come to an agreement and the exchange happens. There was no money, nothing, just two parties who were in a situation that we call a coincidence of wants, and they exchange. That's it, done. Now, things change. Things evolve. Now we've got Austen Tabeleng. Austen Tabeleng says, is a shoemaker. And she says, oh, you know what? I really would like some maize. And goes to who? Tete Golbert, because Tete Golbert has got maize. And says to him, you know what? I am so hungry. Can I have some maize? And he says, you came right at the right time when I needed shoes. What are you seeing there? A coincidence of wants. The exchange happens. 2 weeks later, Ntabeleng goes back and says, yo, Ntate, the maize is finished. Ntate says, I'm sorry, I'm okay with the shoes. I don't need shoes anymore. Does it mean that Ntabeleng must now go hungry? No. The system had to change to accommodate the times of specialization. They had to change. So what happened at that time? The tokens were introduced to facilitate the trade. That token, though, had to be an object that was valued by the community. And for that to be valued by the community, it also had to be scarce. It can't be something that you can just get anywhere, easily accessible. So we found things like cowrie shells, which were treasured, which were scarce at the time, being used as a currency. Salt being used as a currency, as money, as something that can facilitate trade, which means in the case of Ntabeleng, she could now go to Tete Golbert and say, can I have maize? And he says, my shoes are okay, but you can give me cowrie shells. And he can say, I want 20 shells. And then she would give the 20 shells. And Tete Golbert, one day when he wants now cows, he can go back to Abu Sydney and say, Abu Sydney, can I have some? And Abu Sydney says, I don't need maize, but you can give me 200 cowrie shells. And the exchange happens. But whatever object was used, it was valued by the community and was valued for that community. I gave an example of other communities. My son was in boarding school. In that community, their currency was chicken, because chicken was so scarce. They were hardly served chicken. So the day they were served chicken, the one who got the biggest piece could trade and get people to do things for them. That is, the community agreed on that. We know of other communities, like we hear that in prison, they use cigarette as currency. We know, I don't know if it's true, but I've seen on TV, right? But now think about this. If they use it there, it's because it is scarce, right? But should a prisoner now be released back into our community, and then can they still use e-cigarette as currency? Because outside of that community, it does not make sense. The same happened then in early civilization. Now we got people starting to move around all over the world. We got the Indians coming to Africa, for example, and saying that they want to trade their spices. They get to East Africa and we say we're going to give them cowrie shells. And they say, hold on, we don't know what this is. This is not of no value to us. That system does not work anymore. Does it mean that you should not be doing trade with people out of your country? Absolutely not. It means it is a time for transformation. So money kept evolving based on what was happening at that time. It was evolving to optimize how it was being used, to optimize and be current for that particular situation. So hence we are seeing this evolution until we get to ourselves where we are today with cryptocurrency. I mean, from that time, when that didn't work with the cowrie shells, we saw gold coins introduced. Suddenly that doesn't work anymore. Gold is bulky. You can't be carrying these things around. Then we saw the introduction of paper money. That came in with the form of the bank saying, bring your gold to the bank and we'll give you a piece of paper that represents how much gold you've brought in. Interesting stories. I love the story of money. But you know that was the introduction of paper money. That came from the Chinese. Do you know that when the Chinese did that, the Americans said, no, we don't want this system. It's not going to work for us. But today, do you know any country that does not have their fiat currency in the form of paper money? No. But there was resistance in the beginning. So there's always resistance to change. That is not unique to what we are seeing with the resistance to cryptocurrency, with it being called names. That resistance has always existed as new money was introduced. You know, so paper money was backed by gold for a while. In the 70s, gold was dropped as a standard, and we got what we are calling now fiat currency. So every government had their own money. The US have got their own dollar, that is fiat currency. The UK have got their own pound, that is fiat currency. We've got our rand, Botswana pula, Zambia kwasha, Lesotho maludi, Swaziland Eswatini. They've got the emalangeni. So those are fiat currencies, right? Government-owned money. I cannot leave here and go to the UK with my rand and want to spend the rand. I need to convert that rand to the pound. So if I leave with my 20 rands here and I go to the US and to the UK, they're going to give me £1. But when they leave the UK with their £1, come to South Africa, we are going to give them how much? 20 rands. The same with the dollar. They come here with their $1, we give them 15 rands, because there is not equality in that money. One thing also about fiat currency that we know is a problem is inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is that causes our money to lose value over time, right? What do I mean by that? When you go to the shops, think about a year ago. A year ago, how much was a bottle of fish oil? And think about it today. How much are you paying today? Let's take it back to when I was a child. I hope this doesn't give away my age. Ne? Let's take it back to then. A loaf of bread then was about R1, I think 2 rand, somewhere there. The same loaf of bread in 2021, I must pay 14 rand or 15 rand for. Did it change? No. Is it bigger? Is it more nutritious? It is exactly the same Albani bread. But because our money has lost value, it's buying us less and less things. You imagine you used to go to Pick and Pay, to Woolies, to ShopRite to buy something. You used to take 2,000 rands, fill a trolley of items with items. Now that 2,000 rands does not even fill a basket. What do you say? It is our money losing value because of inflation. A beautiful example is if we take Ntate Spencer. Let's say Ntate Spencer now, he's got a daughter and he's driving around Waterfall and he sees Waterfall Estate, goes in, check the estate agent and says, oh, you know what? I want to buy property here. And he sees a beautiful apartment, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, dining. And he says, this is perfect for my daughter. When she turns 21, she's only 10 years old. So, but I'm planning ahead as a dad and I'm going to put away. And he asked the estate agent, how much is it? And I said, oh, okay, that is about 1 million rands. And he's thinking, good shot, 1 million rand. But I want her to have the pleasure of buying it herself. So I'm going to keep 1 million rands away for her. Takes 1 million rands, put it away for his daughter. Now, 11 years later, baby girl is turning 21. Dad is excited. Oh, baby girl, here is your present. 1 million rands. Go and buy an apartment, beautiful apartment at Waterfall, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, dining, kitchen. And baby girl looks at Papa and says, but Dad, 1 million rands. Dad, that's going to get me a bachelor pad, not a 3-bedroom apartment. And Dad is thinking, what? But that is what our money is doing. It's losing value over time. Our money is backed by nothing. People think that when I was introduced to crypto in 2017, people would say, hi, Maggie, this cryptocurrency thing, I don't understand it. At least the rent is backed by money. I mean, by the South African economy. And I'm thinking, what does that mean for you as Sydney? What does it mean for you as Nozipo? The fact that the rent is backed by the economy. By the way, it's not, but anyway, it's all market sentiment, all right? So what does it mean for you? Let's look at our neighbors, Zimbabwe. The Zim dollar does not exist today. Why does the Zim dollar not exist? Because of what I told you, inflation. They went into hyperinflation because of the economic situation there, because of the political situation there. Politics and the economies of the country affect fiat currency. When it affects fiat currency, it affects you. It eats into your pocket. We saw that. Do you think that in Zim, when I got introduced to, became wise, to exchange rates, the value of the Zim dollar to the rand was 123, which means that if you had 6 million Zim dollars, you could actually have 2 million rands. So it was a good currency. Now that currency does not exist. What do you think happened when Zimbabwe went into hyperinflation and the currency was devalued and now it was gone? They were using the US dollar at some point. Do you think that the Zimbabwean government said, oh, you know what? But Maggie had 6 million Zim dollars. Let's give her the equivalence in US dollar. No, it's gone. It means nothing. So because our money is not backed by anything except market sentiment. So we are putting our lives, our wealth, our generational wealth in the hands of fiat currency, which could just disappear like that. That is why Bitcoin was born. Cryptocurrency was born to take that away. Cryptocurrency was born to say, we do not have to be impacted by politics made by any government. Decisions made by any government. So they said, we can have a currency that is global, that it will be run by participants who are voluntarily participating in the economy of Bitcoin. And that is what happened. Bitcoin was formulated as a peer-to-peer transactional coin based on mining, which is supported by individuals like you and me. And it was done to say it will be backed by mathematics. We don't have to trust anybody, but we will trust maths. 1 + 1 is always 2. So the blockchain technology is built on cryptography. Cryptography is the art of hiding using mathematics. That's why it's called cryptocurrency. It is backed and encrypted by cryptography based on mathematical algorithms. And this currency does not belong to any government, and anybody who chooses to participate in the issuance of the currencies on the blockchain is welcome to do so. And you become a miner of this currency. This currency is backed by a framework that is designed for this currency to appreciate in value over time. We call it the monetary policy of Bitcoin. That, you know, our system, our financial system, even in South Africa, we've got a monetary policy. If you've got a currency, you will have a monetary policy that is meant to support and back your currency. In South Africa, our monetary policy is called inflation targeting. We are monitoring our inflation rate to be between 3 and 6%. Because if it flies out of there, we are in trouble. Either we go into hyperinflation or into a deflation, and we don't want to be into deflation. So we don't want to be in the space where our economy is standing still. So the Monetary Policy Committee, which is under the government, the Reserve Bank, monitors this, and they meet every quarter. Every quarter, they look at the inflation basket, they see what's going on, and they use an instrument called interest rates as a lever to pull up and down to see if they need to bring down the inflation or take it up a bit. If the economy has slowed down and they want to boost it, what would they do? They would drop the interest rates. Because when they drop the interest rates, what do? That is cheap. Is that spending? If the inflation is too high and they need to bring it down a bit, what do? They increase the interest rates. And when they do that, what happens? It slows down the economy. You start spending less because that is expensive now. That is what the government is doing. But we've got people manually doing this, changing this. But the blockchain technology itself, the framework, has got a predetermined monetary policy that says there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins, ever. The first one was mined in the year 2009. The last one is going to be mined in the year 2140. So with this Bitcoin, with this framework, the monetary policy for Bitcoin, only 21 million. And the way not all 21 were released into circulation at the same time. Do you know why? Because that would have flooded the market with something people know nothing about, which means there would be an oversupply with no demand. And that does nothing for the price of Bitcoin. So it was designed for it to appreciate in value. How? By creating that scarcity, first of all, of 21 million coins. The second thing was that the number of coins released are released in intervals, not all at once. Every 10 minutes, a certain number of coins is released. Not only that, the other thing is that there is a certain number that is also predetermined, and that number reduces every 4 years. It is actually halved every 4 years. You'll start hearing people, they'll talk about it again in 2024, they'll start talking about it again, Bitcoin halving. Every 4 years, the number of Bitcoin that is issued into circulation every 10 minutes is halved. In 2009, it was 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Imagine that, 50. That was halved to 25 Bitcoins. In 2016, it was halved again to 12.5 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Last year, May, we got another halving of the third halving of Bitcoin. That is when it was now 6.25 in every 10 minutes. And that's what we're getting now. What does that all do? That is all designed to reduce the number of coins. And as they are reducing them, being mined, so long prolonging the mining period, that is why it's going to be mined over 121 years. The last coin will be mined in 2140. So now in doing that, what do they do? Introducing scarcity into this. And scarcity means the less coins there are. This is a global currency. Think about this. It's a global currency. The world population is almost 8 billion. And there's only going to be 21 million of these coins released in trickles. So as supply is restricted and demand is going up, the value of Bitcoin goes up. That is what is driving the value of Bitcoin. And the beauty of this system is that there is no person running this thing. It was code that was written and locked into the blockchain. Nobody's going to change the framework. So nobody's going to wake up one day and say, inflation targeting, now we are going to be going from 6 to 7% or to 10%. Nobody, because the framework is built in and it is designed to appreciate in value over time. So if you're wondering what drives the value of Bitcoin, The first thing is that the monetary policy is designed for it to appreciate in value over time, and the supply and demand determines what the value is at any point in time. You will see that in the next slide. So what we know is that early adopters of Bitcoin are now multimillionaires, because we are all in here. Let's be honest. We are all in here because we want to know how money is made with Bitcoin, isn't it? We all want to know. So how did these early adopters become multimillionaires? Does it mean it's too late for you? We'll talk about that on the next slide, okay? So Bitcoin was not the only cryptocurrency. So when we say it's deflationary in character, we mean that it's appreciating in value over time. And you will see that in the next slide. Right, so we said Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency. Since Bitcoin, there are more than 10,000 cryptocurrencies. Okay, there's Bitcoin Vault and the electric cash. Somebody asked me, why are you only talking about Bitcoin Vault and electric cash? And I said, those are two cryptocurrencies that I am busy with. These three, actually, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Vault, and electric cash. In my wealth creation journey, I'm using these three. But as I'm making money in these three, I'm also growing my portfolio in other cryptocurrencies. And I want to use these two as a basis to show you how to evaluate cryptocurrencies, how to make a decision as to whether you want to buy this cryptocurrency or not. We spoke about the fundamental analysis built on what you understanding what the white paper says. And a white paper is a document that will explain what the problem is, what solution this cryptocurrency is bringing on the blockchain. That is the white paper. And it does not end with the white paper. Anybody can issue you and show you. Let me stop this because I want you to get this. It does not end with the white paper. Anybody can write a document and share a document. A white paper, that's all that it is, a document written and shared by anybody. From there, it must be interpreted into code, program. There must be a development team that takes this thing now and actually produces a program that does what is said to be doing. And then there must be a community that supports this project such that this token is actually adopted, because the value of any cryptocurrency is really based on the support and the demand of that currency. So once somebody shows you a white paper, it's not enough. They need to tell you where the development team is. How are they doing? It's even better when the development team engages with people and tells you where they'll have a roadmap. Let them be accountable. Let them come and say, because again, they want your credibility. They want you to trust them. Let them be transparent and show you, okay, we are going to be here in quarter one of 2021. We're here in quarter two. When it gets to quarter three, and they have not achieved what they said they are going to achieve in quarter one, should you be trusting them? Have you got evidence of what they are saying they are doing? In crypto, when somebody is developing, you can go to GitHub and check if they're committing anything where they've registered this coin. Look out for those things because you want to put your money in there. Do not depend on Maggie saying. It is up to you to go and check. When somebody says, here is a cryptocurrency, go and check it out. And the next thing you want to know is that they say, if you get cryptocurrency, Maggie can give you a paper called Maggie Coin. I can write it and give you a beautiful solution I am solving. Maggie needs to show you that she is coding and she is doing, where is the source code? Is it open source? Can people go and view it? Then that gives it more credibility. If Maggie does not have that, you're thinking, okay, because these things are meant to be transparent, especially if they are selling it to the public, right? And then Maggie should also tell you, once you get this Maggie coin, how are you going to sell this coin? Because your money is in, I'm saying to you, Maggie coin is a digital asset. I'm saying, take this asset and own it. If you own an asset, you want to be able to liquidate it and get your fiat currency. So Maggie must tell you where you are going to do that and how you are going to do that. I can even develop a website, maggiecoin.com. You go in there, oh, I saw maggiecoin.com's website. It is there. I saw the coin is now worth 100,000 rands. I can code that in. I'm a programmer. I know I can go write code to say, put here, price of coin, and also put a timer that changes this value every now and then. So a website is also not proof that that coin is worth so much. The marketplace where it is sold, you need to know. And the marketplace comes in the form of, what do you call these things? What am I forgetting? Exchanges, your Luno, Altcoin Trader, ChainX, Val-A, Binance, Coinbase, Liquid, all those are exchange platforms that allows us to exchange our cryptocurrency back into the rand. Because for you, it only makes sense when it is in the rand. When you've got Bitcoin here, you've got Bitcoin, you don't have rands. Even if Bitcoin is worth 1 million today, you only have one Bitcoin. You don't have 1 million rands. You will only have 1 million rands when you sell that Bitcoin at that time and get 1 million rand. Because when you got, excuse me, when you got that one Bitcoin, if you wake up tomorrow and the price of Bitcoin is 500,000, that's what it is. And even at that time, you don't have 500,000, you've got one Bitcoin. You only have the money in rands once you sell this coin. So don't be excited by holding some coin and saying, oh, I've got so much. It's cryptocurrency. Yay, this thing. And go, boop, 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 boop. I'll tell you the story with Bitcoin Vault, with what happened with that. So just understand that, okay? So I'm focusing on these two because I have done that for them. I went on and I checked it out. I understand how the currency works. I love what they, let me go back and share. So I know Bitcoin Vault is a store of, it's designed to be a store of value, a secure store of value. It is designed to be a store of value where, when you say a store of value, if I am saving money or I say gold is a store of value, right? People put money in gold. They buy gold. The rich don't keep their money in fiat currencies. They don't keep their money in rands. They keep it in gold. So as a store of value, it means that one day when you sell that piece of gold, you are going to make so much more money. Whatever value you locked into the gold, when you sell the gold, it will be giving you as much as what it's giving you today or more. But if you keep it as rands, it will give you less than what you're getting today. Like the example with the apartment, okay? So Bitcoin Vault is a store of value built on the same principles as Bitcoin, 21 million, every 10 minutes, a certain number is released. However, it added an additional layer of security, the 3 keys that allow you to what? To reverse transactions. You can reverse, you can cancel. It allows you also to actually, because the cancellation and the reversal is only effective if you have chosen a key that says you want your transactions to only go through within 24 hours. Because how it was built in, remember I said the blockchain itself is immutable. You cannot change a transaction once it is committed on the blockchain. And a blockchain is just an audit trail of transactions. So you cannot change it when it's on there. So what Bitcoin Vault did, it said, let's build in a solution that is going to allow people to have that one-day breathing space, that if they see any funny business in their account at that time, they can actually cancel the transaction. So the 24 hours has been built in as a buffer for you to be able to cancel the transaction. So now that I know that, my next question is, oh, but then somebody says, oh, but then Bitcoin is only 10 minutes, then this Bitcoin Vault is no good. It's taking something away from Bitcoin. No, El Avramovich, the one who came up with Bitcoin Vault, thought about that as well. That's why you've got the 3rd key that allows you to be able to say, you know what? I actually want my transactions to be ultra fast. When you choose the ultra fast key, it will work exactly the same way as Bitcoin. One thing that you must also understand is that we buy these cryptocurrencies in exchanges, like Luno, ChainX. ChainX sells Bitcoin Vault, Luno doesn't. So now you've got this Bitcoin Vault. When it's sitting in ChainX, the 3 keys are not active because ChainX, you have given custody of your coins to ChainX. You don't own your private keys. It is sitting in ChainX. The 3 key solution is when you've got a Bitcoin Vault wallet. So what you need to do is you buy your coins in ChainX. If you want to store them for a longer period, now you move them into your gold wallet, your Bitcoin Vault gold wallet. In there, you've got the power to use the 3 keys. Okay. So then my other question was that, but will this coin take off? Is this something that could be in demand? Then I thought about this. I thought, imagine if we were all sitting in here minding our own business. Nozipo, you are sitting in here listening to me, you go on. As you are sitting, Nozipo, a message comes through to your phone. 50,000 rands just left your wallet. I mean, your account, sorry, I'm talking wallet because of crypto. 50,000 rands just left your account. Now, Nozipo, you're thinking, oh, no, I didn't do this. So you want to phone your bank, NetBank. And then if you are lucky, NetBank does have a 24-hour call center. If not, they'll probably have some number you can do something to stop your account. But let's say they've got a call center and you phone Nozipo and you say, oh, you know what? I just saw 50,000 rands leave my account now. And they'll say, oh, Nozipo. Oh, sorry, Miss Zulu. Oh, we do see that. Are you saying it was not you? You said, no, it was not me. No. Okay, Miss Zulu, what we're going to do is that we're going to stop your account, block your account. There'll be no further withdrawals. However, we need to investigate this one. We are going to hand it over to our fraud department. At that time, Nozipo, you wanted to go and spend your 10,000, your 50,000 rands tomorrow, but there's nothing you can do now because your money is gone somewhere. The next day, Nozipo phones NetBank, my money. And then they'll say, oh, yes, we are investigating. And guess what they're investigating? They want to see if you are not negligent in any way. But nonetheless, you don't have your funds at that time. So imagine if it was Bitcoin Vault. I know that Bitcoin Vault is now going into decentralized finance because they have launched what is called a wrapped Bitcoin Vault, which is now a Binance Smart Chain token, which means they can build applications, decentralized applications on top of that eventually sometime, I hope. And now I'm imagine if my bank was so progressive that they knew about this and they started building solutions on top of Bitcoin Vault to allow me, the customer, to have the flexibility to do this. Imagine now, it's built on Bitcoin Vault. Same scenario, Nozipo, you are sitting in there, money leaves your wallet, your account, and you're thinking, I did not do that. But now the system is different. It's built on a Bitcoin Vault platform. What do? You go and say, not me, cancel. Immediately your funds get back into your account. Wouldn't that be beautiful? That's my future when I think about how Bitcoin Vault can be used. Will it be used like that? I don't know. But the point is that it does have that flexibility. And hence I said, Maggie, you are going to put money in Bitcoin Vault. So you decide how you do that for yourself. Electric cash is another cryptocurrency I introduced, a transactional coin. Transactional in the form that Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault, 10 minutes. Bitcoin Vault even can take up to 24 minutes for the transactions. If you want a transactional coin, when you are a heavy crypto person, you're saying, I'm going to move away from fiat, I'm going to do everything crypto. Now you want a coin that when I go to the shop, I suppose at that time, more and more merchants will be accepting Bitcoin, electric cash, Bitcoin Vault as payment, whatever they do. So imagine if there's electric cash and then you go to Pick and Pay, you want to swipe and go, isn't it? Swipe and go. Electric cash will allow that. You don't want to swipe and wait 10 minutes. More importantly, you want transactions to be quick, right? So it does that. What I'm showing you is that every cryptocurrency, they are not competing with each other, but they complement each other. Every cryptocurrency is solving a particular problem. You need to evaluate it and say, does this resonate with me? And then decide what you want to do. So that is the wrap up of the week, right? Now, do you have any questions before I move on? Questions? No questions. Okay, so let's move on. Welcome everybody else who joined us. Let me check the guys on on YouTube. They mustn't feel neglected, isn't it? Now I'm neglecting. Let's see. Oh, yes. So we've got Winnie, we've got Annie, we've got Apostle, Richard, we've got Rosie. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Okay, Annie says she's struggling with Zoom, but I'm glad that you're okay that side. Okay, so now the story is, how do people actually make this money? That's what you need to understand as well. Once you understand that, when you start getting involved in cryptocurrencies, you will go with a different eye and a different ear, what you hear, and then you'll understand when people who are legitimately telling you about Bitcoin say to you, you cannot guarantee what the price is going to be. You will see that in what I'm going to show you now. Okay. Let's just go there quickly. What happened to that screen on here? So I'm going to show you that by just taking you through the price of Bitcoin. This is what tells the story of how people became multimillionaires. Let's go there. In 2010, sorry, not in 2040, 2010, one Bitcoin was R1.40, which means if you had 140 rands, you would have yourself, you could buy 100 Bitcoins with 140 rands. Now you need to see how this is a store of value. Remember what I said, it's designed to appreciate in value over time. Check this out. 2012, your 140 rands, when one Bitcoin is 195 rand, your 100 Bitcoins would be worth 19,000 rands. That is in 1, 2, 3 years. 140 rands has grown to 19,000 rands. 2013, now one Bitcoin is 9,000 rands. 100 Bitcoins at that time are worth 900,000 rands. That's 2013. 1, 2, 3, 4 years later, 140 rands has grown to 900,000 rands, almost a million, because you've got 100 Bitcoins. Okay. Oh yes, 2014, the price drops almost half. One Bitcoin is now 4,900 rands, but 100 Bitcoins are worth 490,000. Not bad. Okay, so now check this out. 2017, that's the year I was introduced to Bitcoin. One Bitcoin becomes 300,000 rands. Do you know how much 100 Bitcoins were worth then? 30 million rands. How easy is it for any individual to even make 1 million rands? It's tough. Now think about that person that only took 140 rands and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, that 140,000 rands is now 30 million rands. Multi-millionaires were born, not people who were trust fund babies, people who were ordinary like you and me, who held on to their Bitcoin only 8 years. When I started working, I was sold an endowment policy. That endowment policy was going to pay me out 100,000 rands when I retire in 30 years. I was only 20, so they said it was a 30-year endowment policy. I was 21, a 30-year endowment policy. So for 30, I was willing to hold on to this thing for 30 years, paying 100 rands every month, incremental every year. I was willing to hold on to this thing for 30 years. Yet when we come to this asset that has been designed in this blockchain framework to appreciate in value over time, when we say to you, hold on to it for a certain period, it will be worth your while. We don't want to do that. Look at the person who held on for 8 years and suddenly became a multi-millionaire in 8 years. How long have you been working for? How many people have you watched in the previous years who have worked themselves to the bone? They have not even made their first 50,000 sitting in the bank. Yet when we say you need to be patient in this space, people want to know, Maggie, how much am I going to make in 7 days? I was ready to wait for 30 years for 100,000 rands. Bitcoin has proved how it can turn 140 rands into 300,000, into 30 million rands in 8 years. And look what happens. The value drops. Woo! That was like, yeah. It actually at some point went as low as 48,000 rands for one Bitcoin from 300,000 rands. Let me tell you what happened. I remember I got introduced here. a lot of people that I knew then got involved somewhere there. And I remember them saying, it's a year of title deeds. You know what they were doing? They were starting property portfolios. They said it's a year of title deeds because they were buying property cash. Those are wise people because now they are suddenly multimillionaires. They cash out the Bitcoin, which means they are selling the Bitcoin. In any market, when you've got more sellers than you do have buyers, the market drops. The price drops. When you've got more sellers than you do buyers, the market drops. People have made money. So they sell the Bitcoin, the market drops. If you go to Mpumalanga, you know, when you've got all those mamas selling the banana or mangoes, one after the other like that. You go to mom number one. Mama, how much is your bucket of mangoes? And they say 50 rands. And you say, no, let me try next door. What are they going to do? No, let's talk. We can take it down to 40 rands for the mango. Mama, no. You know what, Mama, don't worry. I'll try the lady next door or the lady down there. No. Eventually, you could leave there with mangoes that you were initially told were 50 rands. Now you can leave there having bought them for 20 rands. Do you see? Because there's a lot of sellers selling the same thing and too few buyers. So any market where you've got a lot of sellers and less buyers, the value drops. That explains to you those who bought Bitcoin, those who bought Ethereum, those who bought Litecoin, Ripple, Bitcoin Vault, whatever crypto you bought. When you see the price has gone down, it means at that point in time, people were selling the coin. When they start buying a lot, you're going to see the appreciation of value. So a lot of people were selling there. Now, there comes one of us who just started in this space. There comes Mamo Tabisa. Mamo Tabisa bought Bitcoin when here. It was on 300,000 because everybody was saying, yo, this thing is going to hit 1 million. And Mamo Tabisa said, when it hits 1 million, I'm going to be there. And Mamo Tabisa said, I'm going to take some money and buy Bitcoin. And she buys there. Now, Mamo Tabisa, as she buys, it starts dropping because those who are selling are selling. And then what does she do? She panics and she says, yo, I put 50,000 rands. I see that 50,000 rands is now 40. And she looks again, she says, it's now 30. And she says, hey, before I lose all my money, I am going to sell. We call those panic sellers, and they add to the number of people selling. And then more people are selling and the price keeps going down. But if you understood the monetary policy that was designed for this thing to appreciate in value, you are going to hold on to it. So, and not only that, when you see the value dropping, you start buying more because you're thinking, I'm buying at a discount. So those who held on, those who even bought there at 62 and 48 and understood the monetary policy and said, I'm going to give this thing time. And they held on. In 2020, we saw it not only hit 300,000, but go over. Last week, we saw the price of Bitcoin hit 1 million rands. Do you know when one Bitcoin is 1 million rands? Do you know how much the 100 Bitcoins are worth at that time? 100 million rands. That's it. How do you make such money? Think about this person. If they had only bought one Bitcoin in 2018 for 62,000 rands and they held onto it for 1, 2, 3 years, that 62,000 rands would be worth 1 million today. Is it too late? No. Why? Because this is still going up. One day you will hear in 3 years' time, in 4 years' time, in 5 years' time, you will hear them saying the value of one Bitcoin is 10 million rands. And you would say, I heard about it when it was 1 million rand. And guess what? You don't have to have 1 million to buy Bitcoin. Remember, I said a Bitcoin has got fractions to it. Those are called Satoshis. So you can buy yourself some Satoshis, fractions, and just hold on to them and see where they're going to get you. Don't come into the crypto space with the mentality that I want to make money quickly, because there are people out there looking for somebody like you who is saying, how much will I make in 7 days? And they will tell you how much you will make in 7 days. Guaranteed. They will tell you will make 30,000 rands in 7 days, guaranteed. Just give us 3,000 rands. And you give them. 7 days, they'll say, oh, you did not only make 30, you made 60,000. But to do that, to release that, you must pay in more money. And you do that. And when you do that, suddenly you've made much, much more money. Now you need more money to release that. And you do that. And you just throwing your money away. Nobody can guarantee the price of Bitcoin, the price of Ethereum, the price of Ripple, the price of Litecoin, of Dogecoin, of Bitcoin Vault, of Electric Cash. Nobody can guarantee that. It is determined by the market. It keeps going up and down. Yes, it's going up and down on a daily basis, but the annual trend is an upward trend, as you can see. But it was not just a straight line. It went like that. You know, let me actually show you how it went, so I appreciate this as well. If you want, let me just go there and show you. Let me show you this. I'll share it with you. Okay. Okay, thanks, Loretta. I'm just seeing your comment now, and I'm glad you got your answer. Okay, so this is a website called coingecko.com. The first thing I want you to realize is that there are more than 10,722 cryptocurrencies out there on this platform. Okay, exchanges are those that sell Bitcoin, Bitcoin Vault, that allow you to exchange between that and your fiat currencies. And then the market cap, there is more than 44 trillion rands sitting in cryptocurrencies. So don't tell me that it is going to be a bubble and it's going to burst. There's a lot of money in here. More than $1 trillion traded today in 24 hours. So I'm going to now search for Bitcoin. Okay, there is Bitcoin. According to this, it has dropped to just below 1 million now. Okay. See, at the moment, there's 18. Remember, we said there will only be 21 million in circulation. At the moment, there's 18.8 million in circulation. That is the market cap for Bitcoin. There'll only be 21 million. But anyway, let's not go there. Let's just show you how this thing has moved. You see, this is what 24-hour view in one day. Look how much this thing has gone. Pew, 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 pew. At some point, look here. Today at 2 a.m., it was over 1 million. To now, it's on 980. In a day, see how much it has changed. Now tell me how anybody can guarantee you anything. How do you know what it's going to be the next minute? Even if we're looking at, you'll see it's going to change even with this now. Or whether it's on 79, when we finish this thing, it won't be 883 anymore. So how do people guarantee anything? Let me just go there. So I'm telling you this, I don't want you to fall for that. I just want to change as well, to change it to a year, that you can see what's happened in a year. So anybody can go onto this website and do it for yourself. It's still thinking about changing it to a year. Okay, here's a year view. No, this is not, yeah. Last year, this time, one Bitcoin was 249,000 rands. Last year, this time. Now, and then at some point today, it was there on 1 million, now it's there. Okay. So, and then if you look here as well on the sides here, it will show you in 2013, one Bitcoin was 666 rands. It has gone up 147,000%. It's now sitting at its all-time high. The highest it has reached was on November 10, last week, 4 days ago. It was over 1 million. (2013), not so long ago, about 8 years ago, it was 600 rands. Today is over 1 million. Look at, when we talk about this thing fluctuating, look at that. Today, it was over 1 million at some point. Now, that's the worst it's been today. So you can get all that information. I think while we edit, let me also just show Bitcoin Vault. You can do the same with Bitcoin Vault. You can do the same with Bitcoin Vault. One Bitcoin Vault now is 136 Rand. Look at this. I'm also gonna, you can see also fluctuations, but I'm gonna go back a year, not more than a year. I'm gonna go back. Yes, let's go back a year. One Bitcoin Vault, sorry, Bitcoin Vault. No, this is too late. I just wanna go back. Let me just max it out. What you also see with Bitcoin Vault is nothing is ever the straight line. So Bitcoin Vault was only launched in 2019, but it came onto CoinGecko in March of 2020. I want you to see something. The all-time high of Bitcoin Vault that was in August, 8,000 rands. Today, it's sitting at 129 rands. It reached its all-time low of 103. All-time high was 8,500 rands. Ask yourself, if it has been that high before, given that fundamentals that I gave you, what are the chances of it getting up there again? I think very high. That's not financial advice, it's what I'm thinking. If it goes that high, wouldn't it be nice for you to get it there? Think about that time when Bitcoin was 140. When Bitcoin at some point was 100 rands. If you had gotten at that time 1,000 rands and bought Bitcoin and said, this is only 1,000 rands, I'm going to leave this 1,000 rands for 10 years. Where would you be today? Think like that with Bitcoin Vault. People are buying Bitcoin Vault today. The week later, they say to me, it hasn't gone up yet. Actually, it's gone down. And I'm saying, you are missing it. You are missing the power of hodling cryptocurrency. I want to show you what happened with Bitcoin Vault as well. Similar story to Bitcoin. Let's just stop this sharing. Similar to Bitcoin. The stories don't change. This is Bitcoin Vault. When it was launched, it was 18 Rand for one coin. So those who bought it there have still made money even today. So it was 18 Rand for one coin. Imagine if you just took 1,800 rands, you'd have gotten yourself 100 coins with 18 rands. That was in December of 2019. August of 2019, that's how many months? January, February, March, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months later. If you had put in 1,800 rands, you would be sitting with 850,000 rands worth of Bitcoin Vault. If you sold all your Bitcoin Vault at that time, you would get almost 1 million rands. But you know what? People already knew the story of Bitcoin. So they did not only spend 1,800 rands, they spent hundreds and thousands of rand buying Bitcoin Vault. When it got here, they became multimillionaires. What did they do? They started selling the coin. And the panic sellers also started selling. Now we're sitting in a situation that people are not giving this cryptocurrency a chance to go up, because it's still the people who are thinking, what if, you know, and the minute it picks up, they sell. The minute it picks up, they sell. And remember, when we've got more sellers than buyers, their value drops. But I'm telling you, it's stabilized now. It's going to start shooting up. I don't know when, but what I have vowed is that when it goes up, I must have some of these coins. But what I also want to highlight on this slide is the year-to-year view from March to March, March of 2020 to March of 2021. What I want to highlight on here is, you know, when we go to our, what you call these financial advisors, we speak to them about what we want to do. They normally say, okay, this is what we can give you per annum. And they show you different portfolios. And you must listen to their wording. They would say to you, this is how this portfolio performed. And we are speculating that with inflation of such and such and such, we want to put a markup interest of so much. But they will tell you that past performance does not guarantee future performance. And they will give you those prices per annum. And we take that and we say, good. But when it comes to crypto, and we present and we say to you, past performance does not guarantee future performance, you say, but I want guarantees, Maggie. This thing of yours is not going to work if it doesn't guarantee me. The financial advisor never guaranteed anything, but we took it. And the financial advisor gave me cost per annum, and we took it. I mean, returns per annum, which are not guaranteed, but per annum, right? Obviously, there's high risk portfolios and low risk and balanced portfolios. If you are not a risk taker, you probably go for a balanced one, whatever it is. But they will say past performance does not guarantee future performance, and they will tell you per annum. We give you the same in the crypto space. You say, what do you actually want? You are waiting for people to scam you because they are going to give you that. If you look from month to month, Bitcoin Vault grew 218%. We looked up what the banks give you. At most, you probably get 10%, 6%. I'm just saying. Electric cash, the story does not change. In its first 4 months, it went up to about 69%. So the moral of the story is that in the crypto space, for you to make money, you just keep collecting cryptocurrency over and over again. Keep collecting. Buying one coin is not enough. Keep pumping money into that space. Keep buying the crypto and hodl it. Hodl it. If you're not a trader, hodl. That's not gambling. It is wise. I want to see how far this is going to go. But a lot of the time, we are limited by finances. You know, you are limited in how much money you've got to put in this space. We want to make the money, but we don't have enough. Now watch this video. The more cryptocurrency coins you have, the more money you will have when the value goes up. So you are better positioned if you can collect more and more and more cryptocurrency coins. Then use them to do life. Pay off your debt, go on holiday, buy your dream car, buy your dream house. And without having to spend more money from your own pocket, get more cryptocurrency coins and get more cryptocurrency coins and get more cryptocurrency coins. And the value goes up again. You have more money. That is how real wealth is created. That is how you should create wealth. That is how many people are creating their wealth. And you are better positioned if you join them. So what am I saying to you? This is the last slide. I just want to show that. Because the question that I get a lot is, Maggie, can I withdraw? You know, when I do this, can I withdraw? Can I withdraw? Absolutely. But also, I want you to leave this understanding what withdrawing means. Okay, let's use this example. I'm going to use simple numbers simply to make maths easy for myself. Okay. Okay, let's say you've got 10,000 rands. And let's say one Bitcoin is 1,000 rand. Okay. This means that if you had 10,000 rands, you could go to Luno, you could go to ChainX, anywhere, and buy Bitcoin. And you are going to get 10 Bitcoins. You get 10 Bitcoins because one Bitcoin is 1,000 rands and you've got 10,000 rands. Good. You have 10 Bitcoins. Let's say the price of Bitcoin goes up to 2,000 rands. You still have 10 Bitcoins, but when you look into your Luna wallet, your ChainX wallet, it says you've got 20,000 rands. It says the price of the Bitcoin, the value of your assets is 20,000 rands. And then you say, you know what? I want to withdraw my profit. Withdrawing your profit means you are selling some Bitcoin. Remember, you've got an asset. Now you must cash out. You must sell the Bitcoin. So this is your money bag. You are withdrawing your asset. Ne? That's your money bag. So when you want to withdraw your profit, and your profit in this case is 10,000 rands, you need to sell Bitcoin. How many must you sell to get 10,000 rands? You must sell 5 Bitcoins. So you sold 5, you are left with 5. Now the 10,000 you have bagged in your account. You've got that. It's not cryptocurrency anymore. It's in your bank account. Now you've got 5 Bitcoins. Let's say the price of Bitcoin drops to 500 rands. So when after you sold these, because the price was 2,000, you were left with 10,000. Isn't it? Happiness. The price dropped. You still have your 5 coins, but one of them is only worth 500 rands. So when you look here, you no longer see this. What you are seeing now is 2,500 rands. And now you're thinking, yo, I only took out into that. Yeah, this thing is dropping. Hey, let me take out the rest so that I can at least say I made money out of Bitcoin. What are you going to do? You are going to withdraw. What does withdrawing mean? Withdraw means that you are going to sell. Let's say maybe you're not even panicking. Maybe you're very relaxed. But then something happens. You need money. Something happened in the family, or you just want to spend, you just want your perfume, whatever it is that says to you, I need money. What are you going to do? Sell your coins. And you bagged your 2,500 rands. It could have been that it went up again to 2,000. But now when it goes up to 2,000, you've got nothing. Now whatever happens, this space means nothing to you because you don't have the coins anymore. So that video was basically saying you are better positioned that as you are spending your coins, you've got some way where you don't have to put in any more money, but it is getting you more coins. It is getting you more coins without you spending more money. But that requires work. And that, because this, the reality of our situations is that we need money. We are in this space because you want money for rent, you want money for transport, you want money for school fees, you want money for holidays, you need money. So somebody said to me, Maggie, the person said, I've got 30,000 rands. I don't know when I am going to get my next 30,000 rands, but I need this 30,000 rands to stretch for as long as it can. And it must also finance my lifestyle. Just buying Bitcoin once off here is not going to do that, because you are going to finance your lifestyle, but it's going to drop. Every time you sell, you are taking away a little bit of your asset. But if you know of an opportunity that keeps pumping this in, that is when you are better positioned. So you need to find an opportunity. So if you've got money to keep, let's face it, if somebody had 1 million rands and they put it into Bitcoin, that person is going to make a killing. Because every time this thing goes up, they're going to sell and make a lot of money, But if you don't have that, you need to get Bitcoin to make you that 1 million rands. You need to get yourself from 10,000 rands to actually owning a full Bitcoin in today's terms. My pennies. So you need to make this money grow, but you need to be wise in that. These things that say it's going to grow for you overnight, no. but with work and effort, it's possible. That is a topic for another day. If you're interested in that topic, we'll talk about that one in another day. But that's what will work for you. I wanted you to understand that it does not work to say that, oops, what have I just done? I almost stopped the meeting. It does not work to say that I'm only going to put a little money and I'm expecting to be a multimillionaire. No, but with work, you can do it. All right, so this is the end of the session now. I've got some responses from some of our classmates who said, yes, Maggie, we want to walk this journey with you, we want to understand how this thing works. This slide really speaks to that. If you're saying, Maggie, I want us to continue talking about crypto, I want to tell you what I want to do, then you can send me a WhatsApp and we'll set up a meeting and we'll get going. And then you'll tell me exactly what you are looking at. I've heard people already sending me messages, said, Meg, this is where I am, this is what I want to do, I'd like you to help me on that. And then I'll also give you an invitation to my Facebook page. I share what I'm doing in crypto in there. You are welcome to join that. And then most importantly, start somewhere, start your journey. Congratulations to those people who joined the class yesterday on how to buy crypto and actually manage to buy their cryptocurrencies. That is you taking power back. And we have come to the end. I did promise everybody that we are going to be doing certificates. It is our awards ceremony. I get very emotional about this one and I love this thing. And I want us to celebrate the African way. You know, I'm a mom. I go to school events, school awards, and my kids, when they do the awards, when they call them on stage, then I ululate. And when I do that, they say, oh, Mama, you are embarrassing us. The day I don't do it, how, Mama, we're waiting to hear it. So, oh, Mama, oh, Baba, we are here. Do what you do to celebrate when you see your name come up as I do the certificate ceremony. Okay, so let's get into that one as well. Where is it? Let me just get it. Okay, I've got it. I've got my sound on. Where is it? Oh, where is it? It just disappeared on me. Oh, okay. No. Oh, okay, here we go. Show all videos. Show all screens. There we go. Show all of them. It's here. Sure. Okay, are we ready? Let me put all these on so I can see people. Put your videos on, put your mics on, make a noise. This is the time just to go crazy. Right, let's check the guys on YouTube. All right, let's go.
Rio Zeman. Apostle Atu. Madiseng.
Oh, show something. I'm free.
Sydney, you've been waiting for that one. I've been watching. Wow, and that is it. And congratulations, everybody. So what we are going to get now is each and every one of you are going to get these in your inbox on WhatsApp. And we have come to the end of our session. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. And I just want to share this quote with you. Where is Mr. Brown? Yes, Les Brown says, it's up to you. Every past moment is another chance to turn it all up. So you've got the power, it's in your hands. You do what you ought to do. My brother, my sister, my mom, and I am here to help as much as I can. And having said that, we have come to the end of our training. I enjoyed the journey with you guys. I love it when people are interested in cryptocurrencies. I am passionate about teaching people about cryptocurrencies, and I wish you only the best and avoid the scams. Okay, avoid them. Okay.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you so much, everybody. And that is
Well done.
Thank you. You made it so far. Thank you.
My absolute oh,
Thank you,
yes. Ahema. Oh, Osman Santa showed herself. Thank you so much. Renee, hey, we say it's only maybe we are
Thank you so
related.
much.
It's my pleasure. Sydney, seeing your smile. And you were
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
See, you know,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I saw you paying attention all the time. Thank you, everybody. That's awesome. Can I end the meeting now? Can I end the meeting now? Are we good?
Yes.
yes, and yes.
Okay. I'll send you your certificates in WhatsApp.